discussing about the SBIPO, which is your class 47. We had done your 46 classes of the session in the last classes. Today we continue with the section 4. We had done your section 3 in the last classes, which is your general awareness, marketing and computer. This is section 4, which is your English language. So here with the same we could discuss about it, and in 156th question last we had done in the last classes, and today we will start discussing about 157th question of the session, and that the question we have is as follows. Question is, which of the following is an adverse impact of the Green Revolution? The first option is unchecked crop yield resulted in large tracts of land becoming barren. That is barren comes under in it. And the second is withdrawn of the fiscal impetus from the agriculture to the other sector. Third is that the farmers began soliciting government subsidies for their produce. The fourth is that the farmers retorted as food price fell so low that they could not make ends meet. And the fifth is none of the above. So let's go for the same. So 157th question of the session. Which of the following is an adverse impact of the Green Revolution? First one we have unchecked crop yield. Resulted in large tracts of becoming barren. The second is withdrawal of fiscal impetus from agriculture and other sector. Third is farmers began soliciting government subsidies for their produce. The fourth is farmers retorted as food price fell so low that they could not make ends meet. Fifth is none of the above. So for that when we go for forwarded. So the options here, when we gone through with the answers here, you have to refer to the first half of the third paragraph, and for that it will be the second option will be the right answer, and that is your withdrawn of fiscal impetus from agriculture and other sector. So that is being the right answer of the questions. Now we go for the next one, which is your 158th question of the session. The question is, which of the following is true about the state of the agriculture in India at present? A1 is of all the sectors, agriculture needs the highest allocations of funds. B is the contributions of agriculture to India's GDP this year would depend greatly upon the monsoon rains. C is as India in one of the high growth countries, it has surplus food reserves to export in other nations. The options are only A and C, only C, only B and C, and none of the above. So let's go for the same. So which of the following is true about the state of agriculture in India and present? So the first one we have of all the sectors, agriculture needs the highest allocation of fund the B1 is contribution of agriculture to India's GDP this would depend greatly upon the monsoon rains. The third one, C1, as India is one of the high growth countries, it has surplus food reserves to export to the other nation. Now we have an option as well, that is the first we have is only A and C. The second is only C. Third is only B. Fourth is only B and C. So among these, when you have gone through with the solution here, you have to refer to the first sentence of the last paragraph, and that states that your option will be only B. That has been the right answer, which is the B1 only the right answer. Now we go for the next one, which is the 159th question of the session, and that we have as follows. So here we go for the same. So we go for the 159th question of the session. The question is, which of the following had contributed to the exorbitant food price in 2008? The A1 is that hoarding of food stocks by local wholesalers, which inadvertently created a food shortage. B is your export of the food grains was reduced by the large producer. The C is diverting the resources from the cultivations of food grain to that of the more profitable crops. The options were none, only C, only B, all A, B, C, and only B and C. Let's go for the same. Which of the following had contributed to exorbitant food price in 2008? So the first one is hoarding of food stocks by local wholesalers, which inadvertently created a food shortage. Created of food shortage. The B1 is export of food grains was reduced by large producers. Third is diverting resources from cultivation of food grains to that of more profitable crops. So the options we have none, only C, only B, all A, B and C, and the fifth is only B and C. So for that, here when you gone through with the solution, refer to the last three sentences of the third paragraph and you will get the answer, and that is your fifth, which is only B and C. So B and C, that will be the right answer for this question. Now we go next with the next one, which is your 160th question of the session. The question is, what encouraged African policies here that to be what encourage African policy makers to focus on urban jobs? The first one we have Miss misapprehensions that it would alleviate poverty as it did it in other countries. The second is the rural development outstripped urban developments in many parts of the Africa. The third is the breaking out to the protest in the country and the fear that the government would topple. The fourth is that blind imitations of Western models of development, and the fifth is the none of the above. So that is the last question of this session as well that we discussed here. We'll discuss the rest in the next coming classes, your 148th class of this session as well. So let's go for the last question, which is 168th question. The question is, what encouraged African policy maker to focus on urban jobs? So the first we have misapprehension that it would alleviate poverty as it did in other countries. So the second one is rural development outstripped urban development in many parts of Africa. The third is breaking out of protest in the country and the few that the government would topple. The fourth one is blind imitation of Western models of development. The fifth is none of the above. So for that we have an answer, and that will be your option first will be the right answer for this question. Now we're going to end up with this, and we'll start discussing the rest in the next semi class, which is your 161th question of the session in 48th class of the session. So surely we will be soon completing with the English language, which is of your, of course, a section 2 that we are discussing. After completing this, we'll start discussing the next question paper as well of this State Bank of India examination paper, which is will be solving it out. So stay tuned with us, and please like, share and subscribe so that many maximum people can get the information at once, and you can also enjoy the video as well. और अगर अभी तक आपने नहीं मेरे फॉलो किया है चैनल को, प्लीज़ फॉलो करो, सब्सक्राइब करो एंड सपोर्ट करो, एज वेल एज प्लेलिस्ट से जाओ और सारी वीडियोस आप देख सकते हो, हैंडमेड प्लेलिस्ट. थैंक यू.